Hi, I'm Little R and my parents are Zaid and Noon. We've just landed in Oman. Honestly, I'm wondering what life's really like here. Is the food as good as everyone says, or will we actually miss being back in the UK? From daily life to business vibes, we're finding out if Oman's really worth the move.
I remember when I first When did my love become my weakness? When did my heart become so heedless? I thought I found peace, but I'm in pieces. I know there is a light at the end of this road.
Assalamu alaikum, how you doing there guys, and welcome to another episode. Now today I hadn't actually planned to do this episode, but basically we've got a broken curtain bracket that we need to go and get. Now something that we don't have in Oman is Amazon. Now I've got lovely Noon here with me.
Hi guys, I hope you're all well.
So I'm going to open the floor a bit today. I mean, do you miss Amazon, Noon?
Do you know the convenience of it more than anything else? And I always say that there's a reason it's convenient. It's because we're so busy in our lives that we don't have time to go to the shops. So the convenience part I miss, but we found everything that we've needed in the end.
Do you miss Amazon Prime though?
That's a bit, you know, like when you forget to buy something and then you're like, oh, let me just prime it.
Yeah. So now what we're actually going to cover, which is why I said, you know, I wasn't planning to do this, but the curtain bracket got to a point where literally Noon was like, Zed, you need to do something about this, otherwise it's going to fall on one of the kids, because it's a central bracket. So one of the places that we've actually got in the absence of Amazon is actually you've got some of the biggest discount stores that we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Right here in Muscat.
It's like a crazy version of like Poundland, B&M, The Range, all kind of mushed together in one. It's like a woman's dream.
So so if you like discount stores, honestly you're in for a right treat. So the first stop is actually we'll go to China Market. Now I'll show you what I can with China Market, depending on how busy it is. But the ground floor is generally, majority of them are clothing shops. But then upstairs is more sort of DIY, furniture. I think there's a place to eat there as well. So inshallah, let's see how we get on. Now some people might think, ooh, that's a bit old fashioned. I mean, do you feel like we're back in the 90s? You know, when you had to go out and get whatever you needed and we didn't have the internet?
But what a nice life, honestly. Like the fact that you have time, because I think now we don't have time to do it, so all these conveniences have had to come about to an extent because we're working so hard, 2 people working in every house. It's really difficult. But back in the 90s you could have one person working, and the other person could go and do these things, and it's nice to get out sometimes. I think we can sometimes become so holed up in our homes, ordering everything online and everything just kind of being at the touch of a finger.
It's the general feel, to be honest. I mean, I've seen here in Oman that even the local customers, they love this idea. They need to touch and feel the product before they buy it. Has the e-commerce actually kicked off here?
Not as much, no. It's nowhere near where it is in the UK, and I suppose the US maybe as well. It's nothing like that, no.
But they've got Shein. Have they got Shein or Shine or whatever it's called?
Yeah. I think they've got Shein and Temu. Okay.
And I've just bought something from AliExpress, so they've got that. And it takes about a week to come, which is not too bad. You've done a few Temu orders, haven't you?
Do you know what? Temu is quite quick. I think the quickest Temu order I've had, it's arrived in about 4 days. But I think that it's kind of the mentality, it's an ethos here. People are willing to wait. They're a bit more patient about these things. Whereas I think in the West, we want things quite quickly. Like we get really frustrated when there's delays and things aren't going exactly to plan. We have like a timeline that we work towards.
So something that's actually quite interesting is, you know, like in the UK, and we've all experienced it with all the big courier or delivery providers like your Royal Mails, your DPDs, because they have that concrete address of yours, they will come to your address and they'll leave it somewhere. And sometimes you don't know where they've left it. Like, is it in the blue bin? Is it in the black bin? I left it behind the shed. You know, and the number of times, even for like our business, they've left the parcel outside, and because of adverse weather, rain, snow, whatever, the parcels got damaged. Now here, because they do have addresses, they do have street names, but they don't have, and they do have villa and apartment numbers, but very much the culture is they need to ask you for your location, don't they?
Yeah, so they ask you for location, and then they ask you for a picture of the outside of your address. So they need a lot more information, so they have to contact you before they deliver it, so you know when they're coming.
So everything's on WhatsApp. WhatsApp is like the main port of call or communication. Any delivery driver, whether it's your food delivery app or whatever, is on WhatsApp. So even with this Temu and AliExpress, if you're ordering something, they will contact you on WhatsApp and actually ask you for your location. I've actually got the picture of the block and the building number and whatever already stored somewhere, because I know that that's the first thing they're going to ask me. And then the next thing is send us your location. And only then can they actually come to drop your parcel off. And I know it's a bit long, but I think it reduces that issue of my parcel got lost or someone nicked it.
Yeah, very few times did your parcel get lost. And we do the same thing when like people order from us, don't they? They send their location and they send the photo and all of that, and it works so well because you know they're going to be home when you deliver.
Yeah. So but leave us a comment if you've got any thoughts on that, or if you've had any experience of that, because I think that's not just something which happens in Oman. I think it might happen in like other countries in the Middle East as well. But if you've experienced that, good or bad, let us know your thoughts. Anyway, we are here, and this is China Market. Across the street, you've got Al Qabil Discount Centre, which is a massive discount centre. It's got lots of things like homewares, cookwares, toys, etc. Now this is quite a busy area because we've got the road here closest to us, but then on that side where you can see that lorry, that's actually a motorway. That's called the Route 1 motorway that goes into central Muscat. And this just gives you an idea of how big China Market is. Honestly, you could spend a whole day in here. That's a nice tree. भाई साहब ये कितने के? 5 ये 5 रियल की. Tenner for that. Not bad.
Real love is for the people you can trust. Got your back no matter what.
That's Matara Corniche there. We've not covered that yet, but it's a really nice picture of it. If you need tools, this is the place to come. Inside China Market. And you can get tiles and pebbles for your garden, and a full bathroom fit out here.
Love everything that they've done for the sake of.
I find that the furniture that they have here is so different in terms of style to what you get in the UK. Like, it's very like eye-catching. How cute is this dressing table? Some of the furniture in this place is absolutely amazing.
And you can even buy your bathroom from here with a vast amount of choice that you've got. Now we're in the area basically where they've got all the garden toys and the toys for kids, and honestly it's so vast. There's so many things that you can actually get.
Normally when we order these in the UK, you just kind of get them from a catalogue, can't really see them in action, but here they're on display. I think Zed's found a new toy.
I've never seen something like this before.
I know, but you can't have it. It's not for you, it's for the kids.
Yeah, but how much can you cycle before you get busy and stop?
Do you know what? If it keeps the kids busy, who cares? And after the kids' play area, you've got adults' garden furniture. And there's so much of it.
And you've got outdoor seating and features. Even more features down here. It's like, how many water features can you have? I mean, they've even got waiting room furniture here. Airport or doctor's surgery? I'll let you guys decide. My kids are always fascinated with this fish tank. It's not for sale, by the way. This is part of a travel agency, which they've also got in here. And if you've got lots of money, you can also buy a safe from here. Would you use that big one?
I don't think we need it. Probably put you inside.
When I say the furniture here is so different, this is what I mean. It's not the type of style you'd see in the UK.
Come to the House of Mirrors. So he's just said to me 30 riyal for this one here. So we've got a kids play area and we've got an eating area and places to buy food and drink as well. Full family day out for everyone. We've got a full lighting shop here. Now people would actually have this in their homes here. You'd probably put it in the hallway where they've got the ceiling height for it. So this just tells you what you've got. So on the first floor, what you've got, and then on the ground floor, what you've got. And of course there's places to pray as well, which is great. Downstairs now, and now this is all the clothing area.
I don't wanna wake up here. Someone help me carry this load. I don't wanna walk with fear no more. I will never leave my prayer. I know that you're always there. For every door that you close, you'll guide me to many more. So many ways you show me your love. I'm thankful for all that you've done. Alhamdulillah, for all that I have, for all that I lose, it still leads to you. For the nights that I'm down, you're all I need now. My face meets the ground. Alhamdulillah, for all that I have, for all that I lose, you still pull me through. For the nights that I'm down, you're all I need now. Alhamdulillah. Ala kulli hal. So many ways you show me your love. I'm thankful for all that you've done. Alhamdulillah, for all that I have, for all that I lose, it still leads to you. For the nights that I'm down, you're all I need now. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah, for all that I have, for all that I lose, you still pull me through. For the nights that I'm down, you're all I need now.
not quite Kidston, but it's nearly there.
For the nights that I'm down, you're all I need now. Alhamdulillah.
Right then, how was that for you, Noon?
Do you know what? I like it, but it's overwhelming.
But it's one of those things, isn't it? Like, you go for one thing and you come back with 10 other things that you didn't actually go to buy.
Actually, I don't think it's like that, because for me, I go in for one thing and I end up coming out with nothing because I just get fatigue in terms of having to choose.
Now, we didn't actually film every aisle, especially on the ground floor, where they've basically got what all the general shops are. You've got clothing and toys and makeup and skincare and kids' clothes, and there's this. I think we only covered like a couple of aisles, maybe one.
Yeah, I think we probably covered about 30% of the downstairs. Like, it is huge, and there's loads and loads of choice. And there are some shops where you just have the same. It's like a copy and paste. They just have the same stuff, but it's almost too much choice.
Now, some people, they love coming on holiday, and for some reason, I don't know if this is a British thing, but they just love buying fakes. Right? Now, if you're that kind of person, China Market's your place. There's a lot of fake gear there. I'll leave it to the people that like this stuff. I don't buy fakes, as to how genuine or how good it actually is to the original.
Having said that, he doesn't buy fakes, but he doesn't buy the real stuff either, just in case you're wondering.
So anyway, the one thing I will say is, if you're coming to China Market, always negotiate.
Yeah, definitely. They make out the price is fixed because they put it out, but there's always room for negotiation.
I don't know if you've noticed, but during their peak season, so during Ramadan and during other peak seasons, they drive a really hard bargain with the customer.
Yeah, I think because they've got limited stock and they know that it's in demand, they don't need to sell to you at a low price. But I think every other time of the year, you can always, like, I wouldn't barter too hard with them, because I do feel like that's their income at the end of the day, and they're all just trying to get by as well. But there is always some room for negotiation. They always want to make the customer happy. So yeah, you should try and negotiate, but just don't be too hard with the bargain, I would say.
So it's like, at the moment, I think it's quiet because it's National Day holidays coming up. It wasn't too busy in there. It might get busy like later on tonight, but any item that I looked at and I asked him for the price, he gave me the initial price, and without asking today, I don't know if you noticed, but he immediately said, right, I'm knocking 2 or 4 riyals off this. Yeah,
and that's kind of what you should do. Just say, you know, what's your best price? I think that's how I would go about it. And then if they give you the best price, don't push it too much. Just be like, okay, but do ask what the best price is.
Yeah. So honestly, this needs to be on your on the bucket list if you're visiting Muscat. Do you know what? I had a look on places like TripAdvisor and things like that, and these are the places that are not mentioned on there.
Yeah, so I think a lot of people get their kind of souvenirs and stuff from Mutra, but I would say China Market is a really nice place to visit. It's a good few hours out. It takes you a while to get through it, and it's a really nice day out. You just might not end up buying anything if you're like me and you get overwhelmed. And that's another thing. I think that's a result of shopping online so often, that we're not used to going to the shops and seeing things and then getting almost like that sensory overload.
So, but anyway, we've got a couple of other places to go to, but obviously we'll keep you guys in the loop. Just popping into this shop Extra. Now, this is literally a carbon copy of Curry's in the UK. So if you need anything from Curry's in Oman, you come to Extra, okay? And this is literally next door to China Market. That's China Market there. So it's all on the same street, which is really, really convenient and handy. So I need to buy this ink, but it's like a tenner per tube. Crazy, isn't it? Look at the colours on this telly. Sony one. No, this is an LG one. Pixels on this are like on another level. And Noon's just looking for a milk frother, hence why we're in this coffee and kettles section. Okay, back in the car. I've got my printer ink that I needed, but I haven't. We actually came out for this. And found it.
But we've been told that we can get it from IKEA, so It might mean an IKEA trip. Yay!
Yeah, don't know. Let's see. The IKEA trip always means we end up in the food court.
Yeah.
For some IKEA food.
And that's the best bit.
Yeah. But Noon was actually in searching for a milk frother that you would normally use for coffee. Now, if you are watching this and you're in the UK or you're in Europe, they don't actually have plug-in milk frothers here. You can get the handheld ones. You can get a handheld one from IKEA, and you can get one from Al Qubail Discount Centre. So I got one for Noon from Al Qubail Discount Centre, but it works.
No, it uses up loads of batteries. So ideally I want a plug-in one. But you know how in the UK you get the one with the jug and it's got the little whisk inside it? You can't find that anywhere here. So it's either you like have to order it off Temu or AliExpress or something, I don't know. But yeah, one of the frustrations of being somewhere where they don't use the kind of stuff that you might use in the West.
So they do have, so Noon's a big, you're a big coffee fan, but you use the coffee pods, don't you?
Yeah.
Now they do have those type of machines here, but they can be quite pricey. I mean, what was the cheapest one that you saw here?
What, the pod machine?
Yeah.
Oh, probably about 90 quid, something like that.
So because what I did, this was a surprise for Noon, was actually I bought one, funnily enough, from Amazon. Is it a Philips one I bought?
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's a Philips one. So I bought it from Amazon. I got it delivered to my friend, my lovely friend, Mr. Crunchy. If you're watching Mr. Crunchy, you're getting a big shout out. So I delivered it to Mr. Crunchy's house. And then Mr. Crunchy basically repackaged it up for me. I sent him a shipping label, and then I got it shipped over here.
And honestly, it was the nicest surprise because that day I was having a horrible day and I needed a coffee that day.
So I got the machine shipped over. I also bought some coffee pods, but I learned actually after shopping around, you don't really need to. You can get coffee pods pretty much in every supermarket here. You know, but if you need a milk frother, especially a plug-in one, bring one with you. So anyway, Noon has a handheld milk frother, which is drinking lots of batteries at the moment. So we're just going to pick up some AA batteries, aren't we, Noon?
Yeah.
But if you are thinking of basically doing some filming, especially if you're going inside like stores, discount stores, shops, just be aware, like, just make sure you speak to the right person. So a number of shops that I've been into, I go up to the counter and I say, can I speak to the manager? And the person I'm speaking to is saying, yeah, I'm the manager. So I'm like, great, okay, well, this is me, and I'm wanting to do some filming inside your shop. And normally they'd ask you like, okay, why do you want to film inside the shop? And you'd be like, well, you know, I'm from the UK, you know, and people just want to know what life is like out here. So if you can let me know what time I can come in. I don't really want to be filming any customers, but you know, it'd be nice if I could come in at either the opening or closing time to film. And the guy turns around and he goes to me, actually, I'm not the manager. And you know, like, in the back of your mind, you're like, why did you say you were the manager? Otherwise, I wouldn't have stood here and explained myself. I would have gone and explained myself to the person I actually need to speak to. So that's happened at a few stores already. So, you know, just be aware. The one that happened last night was really funny because he said to me, I am the manager. I actually asked him twice and he confirmed to me, no, I'm the manager. I said, great, okay. And I looked at him and I thought, okay, he's wearing something that showed actually a level of seniority. He could have been a supervisor, I don't know. And then he wanted to see the YouTube channel, so I showed it to him. And then I showed him some of my content as well, and he was like, all right, your content's great. And I thought, okay, we're onto something here. I think this is the guy. And then he turns around and he says to me, actually, I'm not the manager.
But they don't even say outright, I'm not the manager. They say, you need to speak to the manager. And that's when you figure out he's not the manager.
Yeah, but initially they give you this idea that they are the manager. Like, you've actually asked them, can I speak to the manager? And he's like, you're looking at him, it's me, I'm the manager. So anyway, so if you are obviously here, I'm just making you aware of it. Just make sure you're speaking to the right person. So I wish I actually knew the language, and it's something that we are actively working on. It's trying to learn or master the Arabic language. Now, being a Muslim, alhamdulillah, we know how to pray the Quran, we know how to pray Salah and things like that. But generally like we're really struggling day-to-day life in trying to speak the Arabic language. Now, from being here, I've learned that actually there's different dialects of the Arabic language. Like you do pick up certain words. So you pick up words like tamam, which means okay, but I found like most Syrian Arabs basically use the word tamam. And then basically, because you've got lots of different Arab nationalities that come here, you do pick up basically slight amounts of Arabic. But something really funny that happened quite early on was I think we were trying a little bit too hard. So when we basically got the Zed-Noon stuff done for the markets and stuff, we still have the scents in English and in Arabic, but we were putting all the scent descriptions in Arabic as well, and we thought we were doing a really good job, and we were just using like Google Translate and some other apps to do this. And one of our lovely customers, who's a local here, she actually told us like, listen, you guys are doing a fabulous job, I absolutely love your products, but is it okay if I can give you some critical advice? And I said, yeah, we're open to it. And they said, listen, you just gotta drop the Arabic, man. Like, honestly, it's an absolute car crash. I don't want to get into like the phonetics, and I don't want to get into like the structuring of the sentences and whatever. I get that you've used maybe some AI or some translation app to do this, but please, and honestly, I'm pleading with you, just drop it, because it's really bad. And I was like, oh my goodness. And I was like just like copying and pasting like like the scent descriptions and whatever, and I put it into Google Translate, and it was translating it into nice flowery language and sentences. And I thought, okay, this is lovely, I'm sure they'll be happy with it. So guys, honestly, just if you're not familiar with the Arabic language like I am, then honestly just don't attempt it. But they seem to be very happy with the English. So they've said, listen, majority of people know English here, which is really good. English is being pushed out in even the local schools, and they'll either know British English or they will know American English. Okay, so if you are coming here, don't be afraid to try and speak the local language. And sometimes if you get really lucky, you think you're speaking to an Arab person and actually a British or an American, but local, and they're like, well, I'm local here and I speak the language. And like, okay, great. So yeah, Noon's here anyway. Did you manage to pick up your batteries?
And some biscuits.
Oh, and some biscuits.
As you do.
Lovely. So can't go wrong. That's what happens when you go to a discount store anyway.
Honestly, I could have looked in every aisle, but I didn't. I held back.
So she said to me, what brand batteries do we buy? I said, we buy a brand called Toshiba. It's not actual Toshiba though. It's like a knockoff brand of Toshiba.
Oh, is it not actually Toshiba?
No, they're not. Here, show me the batteries. Look, no, these are not actually Toshiba brand.
Are you sure?
Yeah, these are a knockoff brand.
No, I'm sure they're Toshiba.
They're marketed as the original Toshiba brand, but I'm sure I think it's a different one. Look, it says it there. But it says backwards, made in China, but it says Toshiba lifestyle products. I don't know.
No, I think it's actual Toshiba. It's £2.50 for that, guys. What do you think?
No, I think it's cheap.
It's cheap compared to the UK. I'm sure we spend more on batteries.
So anyway, Al Qabil discount center, the car park's really busy. So I'm gonna head out, so I'll just catch up with you in a bit. Let me get out this car park. So there's actually another really nice development here on the right hand side here. Noon, if you can just pan on that. And this is called Al Hale Greens. Not this bit here. Right.
The bit after.
Yeah, the bit after that. But this is the Al Hale Greens development. It's a really nice community. And then this masjid here, this is the Al Hale Greens Masjid.
So it's part of that community then?
It is. I think it's called Fatima Al Zahra Masjid, I think, but don't quote me on it. But recently, a London-based photographer went to this mosque here, and he was filming at Dhuhr time, and he managed to basically capture. So it was 4 gentlemen that were praying namaz, and he managed to capture every posture in Salah. And the picture is on Ilm Feed. If you go on Ilm Feed's page, it was on there, and I was looking at it, I was thinking, oh wow, this is basically our local masjid there. So, but anyway, But we're just on the way back now. So anyway, we're back on Al Mawj right now, and we're just literally going to the masjid because it's about 12:40. So Dhuhr started about 40 minutes ago. So we're going to go in before we go home and get our Dhuhr Salah prayed. That is Al Mawj Masjid right there. So we're just literally about to cross over the street. Now this masjid has got a beautiful design. It's based actually on the coral reefs that are found in the Omani coastal waters.
دار الجنان لها أمان والحياة سلام وثيابها من لؤلؤ وقصورها جمال وطيورها تجري على.
Right, so alhamdulillah guys, we just paid Dhuhr, and I just want to point out, you know, with it mashallah being a Muslim country, I mean, how easy is it for you, Noon, for you to just get your salah prayed whenever it's salah time?
It's not just me, it's like the access to masjids, as in for you as well, you know, it's just so much easier. I think in the UK, like, you might have access to somewhere where, like a prayer room, but then you need to do wudu, and then that becomes difficult. Whereas here, just being able to go to the masjid, you know, you can do your wudu, you can pray, it is much easier. And you know, wherever you go, you, like, remember in the UK we always took prayer mats with us wherever we went.
We did, but I must say, and I feel the UK, like, we're still catching up. There's a lot of places, particularly in London, there's places in Manchester as well, where gents and ladies can pray, you know, and they are open more or less the whole day. In the towns, we really struggle.
I think we struggle in the towns when we're out. Yeah.
You know, we've been out in the towns, and we really struggle to find somewhere to pray, even in the midst of summer, which it can be a real struggle. Whereas here, you know, the malls, you've got places to pray, you've got places to do wudu, ablution. Now, I find that the masjid on Al Mawj is an exception, because I find that certain masjids, especially in more residential areas here in Muscat, they do close. So they'll be open for Fajr, and they might be open, I think, until sunrise, and then they close. The Mawj Masjid is open from Fajr every day all the way, I think, until about 8 p.m.
No, later than that.
Is it later than that?
Yeah, because I normally go for a walk in the evenings, and I will pray my Isha at the masjid, and it'll be like 9, half 9.
Okay, so yeah, so you've got plenty of options here. Basically, you have not got an excuse to miss your salah.
Yeah, and it's just so convenient. But you know what? Having said that, you are right. Like in London, we knew all the best spots. We knew where we could go, and what we'd have to do is just plan our day so that we end up around a masjid near Dhuhr time or Asr time. That's one thing you don't need to think about too much here. Like, you can just plan your day as you would, and you know there's going to be somewhere for you to pray.
But one thing that I notice here, and we do have this issue, it's like an unspoken issue in the UK, is there is a secret harmony of how the Muslims all pray together here. So there are different schools of thought that are operating, and basically I've seen that in one mosque, even in one jama'ah, so like in one congregation, a number of people are all praying together, whether they have their hands on their side, whether they're folding, however they're praying. Everybody respects each other, they respect how they pray. In fact, I was really humbled, because when I first came, the locals basically said to me, "You're leading salah," and I was like, wow, like I'm not even a local here, and it's a regular thing for me, alhamdulillah. And you'll find the same as well. So, you know, regardless of whether you're an Arab or a non-Arab here, when it comes to salah and when it comes to being in the masjid, honestly, everybody, mashallah, is treated equally, and I think it's really wonderful. And a lot of people basically talk about how peaceful things are, and even the locals are really helpful. So like, I mean, we still get it at the market, don't we? When you say, "Oh, we're from the UK," and whenever it's a local Omani, they always say welcome.
Yeah.
They always say welcome, and even if they've got time, they'll say, "Take my number. If there's anything you need, we're happy to help." But I think it's at the moment, this comes to the end for now. unless we've got any more content to shoot. So yeah, but hopefully inshallah we'll see you guys soon.
صارت روحي حبا في المنام إليك رام كل قربا